All right, we're going to go one question at a time here with Vince Wilfork because it is a Wilfork Wednesday. And Vince, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. I mentioned off the top of the show, I mean, the Patriots are doing better than they did when they went into the bye because here they are. They're in a playoff spot. How surprised are you to see them in a wild card spot, given the fact that we watched them get off to a 1-3 start?
Well, it's not surprising. I mean, it's the beginning of the year, right? Now you're in the mid-season right now, and everybody has to start figuring out. You have to be able to win ball games now. We're in a tough division. That's first and foremost. And any chance you get anytime you get a chance to play division opponents, wins are critical. It's critical. So I'm not surprised to see where they at right now. It's a shakeup. Everybody thought the Bills was this perfect team, and all of a sudden Jets is ahead. But Jets history, everybody thought Jets was going to be terrible, and people kind of forgot about Miami. But you're starting to see a division starting to shape up to be one of the tougher and one of the best divisions in the game. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see going forward how it all shakes out. But just like Bill said, it's one game at a time at this point. But wins are critical now.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And again, they get the Jets this weekend. But let's go back to the bye. When you were playing in New England, what generally was the bye week like, and did that change over time?
Well, bye week was always getting your rest. I was big on just resting and enjoying the family. Might go places. Might go a few places here and there, but majority of the time I was always doing something to kind of take care of my body and get my mind right for this stretch that we would be coming up to, knowing that this is only in the bye week. Luckily if we have one heading in the playoff as the first round bye, but my mindset was always this is it. This is basically to the end of the season, so we have to put everything I possibly can into my basket and finish strong. So I wasn't a big travel guy. I was all about just figuring out how we can get better and how I can get better and getting my mind and my body physically ready for the stretch.
Well, hopefully the defense has been doing just that. They were playing extremely well going into the bye with those wins over the Jets and the Colts. So what do you expect to see from this defense as they get set to take on Zach Wilson once again?
Same thing. I mean, it doesn't change. You have to make, quarterback beat you. Make him beat you when he's on. You got to expect Jets to come in with a different type of game plan. They have to throw the ball something quick and something safe, and also try to protect them with the run game. That's it's not a hard game plan. And as for the Patriots, we have to be able to establish the line of scrimmage first and foremost on both sides of the ball and be able to stop the run game and try to play from ahead to get them in a long yardage situations and get points up on the board to force them to become one-dimensional. So, but I expect a tough fight, but I expect for the Patriots to come out firing as well. Playing home, coming off a bye against the division leader. I mean, this is what it's all about. So I'm pretty pumped up to see how they respond coming off a bye, understanding what's at stake.
Yeah, you brought up the offense right there, and based on what you've seen, because this has been a big topic of conversation over the last week or so, I mean, how much can the Patriots offense realistically improve in the second half of the season? Because I know some people want to see it just take off, but others, look around and say, well, maybe they can get incrementally better. How do you view the offense for the second half?
Well, you got to understand, they haven't played their best football yet. I mean, they've been going out in mistakes here and there and really not getting it going the way they should be. It's at a point now where you have to take the handcuffs off this offense. You got to take the handcuffs off this quarterback, these receivers, and we got to go. We don't have time to baby nobody and try to test the water, but testing the water is over. So they have to come out firing. They're going to have to put trust in Mac. And, hey, it is what it is. We have to get the ball downfield at time. We have to take shots at time. We have to be aggressive. And I think once they start doing that and make a couple plays, that will light a fire up on the whole team and give confidence to the whole team. But the training wheels have to be able to come out because you get into a point in the season where you have to win ball games. That's just what it is. And you want to start putting your best foot forward And coming off a bye, you never know what we have stirred up. So hopefully it'll be a different story with the offense being more aggressive and Matt Jones kind of taking charge of that and trusting that, hey, he can get the job done. We're going to start from somewhere.
And that's not just Mac Jones, but also, going back to the last couple of games, and Bill Belichick talked about this at the beginning of last week, is you had opposing defenders calling out the plays before they were happening.
Yeah.
How often does that happen, and what does that actually tell you about the Patriots offense?
Well, when you play a team for so long, sometimes it happens, just like the division games. I expect that from the Dolphins and Buffalo and the Jets because, you line up, you do what you've been doing. That's why those games are so tough. That's why you can get a team that's haven't won a game all year and in the division, all of a sudden boom, here's an upset. So because you know each other so well. But once you start having people around the league, other teams around the league starting to pick up what you're doing, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. So that means we're going to have to do some things a little different. But at the same time, it's Jets, they knew the plays. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. They took it on the chin. The coach, too. They scored a touchdown or whatever the score was. So, yeah, they knew what was going on, but they still didn't stop them. So there's plenty of times where I knew play from somebody who said something where a formation giveaway what I studied. And sometimes we stopped and sometimes we didn't. So I've been in games where in the third quarter against Pittsburgh, we lining up in goal line defense because we can't stop the run. And we still didn't stop it. So all of that is baloney, but it can become a problem. You have to be able to offensively, you have to be able to mix some things up. And that's what I'm saying. It's time to take the training wheels off. But the Jets didn't stop nothing, even with knowing everything. So it is what it is.
Time to let it loose, right? Time to loosen things up there for Mac Jones. There you go. All right, let's get into the blitz. And you know what? Since we're getting into the second half of the season, first half MVP for the Patriots. You got Ramondre Stevenson, Matthew Judon. Who was the first half MVP to you?
Well, I'm a defensive guy, so I have to go with Judon. So hands down Judon because what he's doing is he's one of the best in the league. So I have to give it to him.
It's been a couple weeks since we talked to you, and Tom Brady's got a couple wins since then. Is Tom Brady back?
Tom Brady never went anywhere. I mean, he retired for a couple days, and then he came back. So long as Tom playing, Tom is back. So it's impressive what he's doing. So we'll see.
All right. He played in Germany. What's the one country that you'd want to play in?
I mean, easy, Africa. That's where I would want to play. But I'm big on Americans keeping everything over here. But if I had to choose, Africa.
All right. How about what was your favorite bye-week activity when you were a player? I know you said you like to kind of rest and recover, but any go-to bye-week activities?
No, I was boring. Football was everything. Football was my career. It was my life. So any chance I got a chance to get rest and sleep, that's what I did.
Who's the better team right now, the Dolphins or the Bills?
Ooh, Bills.
Okay, and then you got a prediction for the Patriots and Jets on Sunday?
It's going to be a tough matchup, but we still going to take it. We're going to take the W, and that's just what it is. I don't care if we win 2-0. A win is a win.